Okay, so I can't do it like her, but you know what we're here to do. Sasha Banks becoming 2 Beltz Banks. Welcome to the Plate Exchange. I am Steve, host from On the Ring Apron, but today, you know we're here to finally celebrate the boss finally overcoming Asuka on Monday Night Raw and winning for the 5th time in her career, the most of anybody, by the way, the Raw Women's Championship, which now, of course, gives the golden role models all the gold on the WWE main roster, as Bayley holds the Smackdown Women's Championship, and they also together hold the Women's Tag Team titles. So we're going to get to officially getting the new Sasha Banks plates back on there, although I say new, but technically they're the same one she's always had, at least for now. We'll see if they make some blue ones here pretty soon. But first, a little bit of business to attend to. First of all, this is the first video that we've been able to film since we had something very special happen on our Instagram page. We want to give a shout out. Kia's working the camera back here, and I know she's super excited about it as well.
Hi.
To WWE Superstar Naomi, of course known by her main first name, Trinity. She actually followed us on Instagram. She's watched a few of our episodes. We've traded a few laughs and a few fun moments. She saw Kia's cosplay. She saw her chalk line jacket that she bought a couple of weeks ago, and so it was a huge gasp for us to get an Instagram follower. So we know we're going to have to make sure the glow is properly being shown on our show from now on. But Naomi, if you happen to catch this, thank you so much for following us. We promise we're going to give you guys, everybody in your household, some fun entertainment. And who knows, maybe we can get the little puppy on here at some point. I know she'll be thrilled about that. But either way, we got business to handle. As for those of you who have followed us before knows, on all of our plate exchanges, we do discuss any title changes that have taken place since the last time we appeared, even if they don't necessarily contain plates. And we have had 2 on belts that do not contain plates, hence they're in front of me. The first one that changed hands was the 24/7 Championship. Basically, you can safely say that the 24/7 title is going to show its face at probably every plate exchange at least once. But R-Truth, who had won it for the 37th time, lost it to Shelton Benjamin, thanks to a little help from the Hurt Foundation. And he is in his first reign as 24/7 champion. Both Tozawa and Truth, along with the Ninja Foot Clan, tried to get it from him on Raw this past week, but to no avail at the moment, so we'll see how long the former Minnesota wrestler can hang on to this. We also have new Smackdown Tag Team Champions in the form of Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, who defeated the New Day in a tables match at the horror show at Extreme Rules. Together, they are in their first reign. Nakamura is in his first reign as a tag champion. I believe, if I recall, Cesaro is in his 4th different partner and something like his 8th or 9th title reign. He's gotten quite a bit on there. So he's held a lot of titles with a lot of different people, but we'll see how long they go. Kofi Kingston also suffering an injury, so the New Day won't be winning it back quite as quickly as I thought they might. But we wanted to make sure both of those were acknowledged before we move forward. And we now move to our main portion of why we are here, and that is to officially put the new, again, we say new, but the new Raw Women's Champions plates on here. The championship was originally held by Asuka, so we see her plates on here for the last time, at least for this run. To officially declare how WWE ran with it, Asuka was actually stripped of the championship officially 2 Mondays ago when Stephanie announced that the title would be defended the next week. Hence why, if you actually heard, Asuka was not announced as the Raw Women's Champion in the intros for her match with Sasha this past Monday. So the title was technically surrendered away by Stephanie McMahon away from Asuka and was held without a holder for 7 days prior to Sasha winning it. Certainly some controversy as to how she won the championship, as the title ended up officially changing hands by countout, which is something that you do not normally see, but under the circumstances of the rules, there ended up being a backstage attack with Bayley attacking Asuka's friend Kairi Sane, and Asuka ultimately choosing to leave the match to go help her friend, but as a result losing the Raw Women's Championship. So, a little underhanded maybe, but not against the rules. So Sasha ends up winning the championship. This is her 5th run as Raw Women's Champion, although a couple of times it was when it was still declared as just the Women's Championship. Let's get you a nice look at those. And it's not the first time we've seen these plates. We've on this very plate exchange, we've also put Legit Boss plates on the tag team titles, and we still have a set on there right now. So at this point, Kia, you're behind the camera. Give your thoughts a little bit on Golden Role Models. I know you're not, it's a very popular group of people with Bayley and Sasha, but you, for the most part, kind of have a difference of opinion on that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think they're, bad per se. I think they've been doing very well, as I've stated on our previous shows. Some of the best female heels, in my opinion, as of right now. But also understanding, I'm not a sheep like a majority of the people that follow them.
I am.
You understand that this is now the second time that I've had to have my heart broken because one of the 4 horsewomen actually ended up taking the title away from Asuka, more or less, in my opinion. First it was Charlotte, now it was Sasha.
I was going to say, I assume the first one was Charlotte just before Mania.
Yeah, but also knowing I was big into Asuka, I'm big into Kairi, which, the way the title, like you said, was actually won was very heartbreaking to me, only because of how it played out. And again, it wasn't out of the rules of how it was done, it was just the way that Bayley ended up getting to Asuka is my very strong opinion. Again, I'm not going to go as far as I think they need to be fired, because I think that's insane.
Yeah, this insane, request that people put in for people to, put in their petition votes and stuff to have Bayley and Sasha officially fired by WWE. You may not necessarily need to like them, but to say you want someone fired over a storyline championship reign is maybe a little on the extreme side. So we officially, as you can see, have the Sasha Banks plates now on our championship belt. How long they will stay there, we don't know, because, of course, as all Sasha fans know, historically she has never really done well in her first singles title defense. So we'll see if she can have a different run. We also, of course, have our belt signed by Sasha Banks. So that's a nice little change up. How nice we got these signed a couple of months ago, so it's like we knew it was coming. But that now officially gives Sasha Banks the official moniker of #2BeltsBanks, as she now holds both the Raw Women's Championship and the half of the Raw Women's Tag Team titles. And, of course, her friend Bayley also holding on to the Smackdown Women's Championship as well, giving the Golden Role Models all 3 title belts. So they've claimed that they're not done yet. They've gone and they've called out Kaylee Ray out in NXT UK. They've called out Io Shirai for her championship. So whether they'll be making more trips, I don't have any idea. But clearly the Golden Role Models run the women's division right now. What are your thoughts? Are we happy with Sasha and Bayley holding the titles? Are we not? Do they need to start losing one of them soon? Or is this going to be something we're going to see possibly through the end of the year, or maybe even through Mania? But that's up for you to decide, and we'll watch WWE as we head towards SummerSlam here in a few weeks to see how it turns out. But either way, I'm Steve from On the Ring Apron, my lovely wife Kia running the camera. You guys have yourself a great rest of your evening. Sasha Banks now officially 2 Belts Banks. Have a good night.